called up my silver dealer and said, hey, you got any 90% junk silver I could buy? He said he did. Hey everybody, it's Rob with RobFindsTreasure, and as you know on my channel, we go through a lot of constitutional silver, or junk silver if you will, during my streams. Now I purchase a lot of junk silver, constitutional silver, every single month, and typically I don't show what I buy just because it takes a long time to go through it and filming's a little tough. But a lot of you do enjoy my constitutional silver videos, so I felt like, why not go ahead and film this one? Now, this is one of the largest batches of constitutional silver that I have ever purchased, and I'm not sure we're gonna get a lot of goodies in here, but I'll definitely have a lot that I can use for my streams. I've got Walkers, Benjis, Kennedys, Washington quarters, Merc dimes, Rosie dimes, you name it. Just had to stock up since you never know what silver's gonna do. I can add some to my stack, see if any upgrade in my album, and then fill up some of these tubes. Now I just grabbed my stock of tubes. I don't know how many of what we've got. It's just $254.50 face value. He had a little more. I didn't have enough money, so we took a little bit off. But that's what's in here. So we're gonna go through it and make sure A, we've got the right amount. B, we'll be checking for any key dates, semi-key dates, or nicer quality coins. And then C, if there's anything in here I need for my albums. First things first, I've got to get them separated. And we'll start with the half dollars and get them by Benji, Walker, Kennedys. And if we have an occasional Barber or something older, that'd be sweet. I'll go and get that started and bring you back in once I got the half dollars out of here. All right, we've got the half dollar separated from all of the dimes and quarters. That thing is a full bin. That is a lot of silver I've got to separate. But I bring in because we've got 90 64 Kennedys, 85 Ben Franklins, 42 Walkers, and even a Barber. 1911, I think that's just a scratch. Oh, it's an S. 1911 S Barber as well. We'll take that. So that is a lot of half dollars. Now, just for fun, I'm going to quickly roll them up. But as I roll them up, I'm going to sort through them and see if we have any semi-key dates for the Ben Franklins or any key dates for the Walking Liberties, which I doubt, of course. But you never know. Got to look to make sure. I'll be back with the wrap-up if we had anything worth showing. So for the Ben Franklins, nothing spectacular, but we did find 4 1954 S's, which are a tougher date to find, as well as 2 1949s. All the mints are tougher to find. So 6 somewhat semi-key dates. No 55s, of course, but we'll take it. Now let's check the Walkers. So as expected, with only a handful of Walkers, nothing was a semi-key date or a key date. A couple of nice ones in there. We'll use them for the giveaways. But the good news is, despite the obverse being good and the back having a little bit of damage, I do need a 1911 S Barber half dollar for my book. So I'll be adding that to it. And then moving on to the quarters. I figured before I started sorting the quarters from the dimes, I'd just give you a look at the magnitude of how many we have. It is a ton. And I am finding the occasional partially dated SLQ. So we'll be going through these and separating the quarters from G-dubs, SLQs, and if we have any Barbers, great. But that is a pile of silver, and I'm excited to get started. Let's do it. So for the quarters, we got a lot of 60s and 50s, a handful of 40s and 30s. That's what's in this one. The only finds that are somewhat better than a common quarter is this 1940S. It's a slightly better date, and a 1942S, slightly better. Give you an example, the Red Book calls for these around $7.50 in EF40 condition, and this one would be $9 and this one $10. Now these are not in EF40, but there's a slight premium on them because they are a little bit better date. That being said, not worth holding on to for me as far as my personal collection, so we'll put them back in the bin and give them away. As far as the side finds here, we did get 5 pretty much dateless SLQs. I could probably spend a lot of time looking at these if I really wanted to, but the main thing I was checking for is to see if we had any variety ones where there'd be no stars below the eagle. And as you can see, they all have the stars. So they're all variety 2, 1917 and 1930. The last thing I was looking for is any mint marks. It would be adjacent right down here above the pedestal. And while this one has some kind of oddities, it's not a mint mark. No mint mark on that one. No mint mark on that one. No mint mark on this one. But I bet you we can get a date on that one, and I'll take a look at that under the microscope. And then maybe I'll check this one too. As far as the barbers, we only got two, an 1898 and an 1898. This 1898 does not have a mint mark. It's really worn. This one's got a trashy obverse, no mint mark as well, and some damage. So these are just melt value barbers, but it's always nice to see them. I'll check against my album. I don't think I need an 1898 plain, but we'll look anyway. Let me see if I can get dates on these. I'll bring you back in just a second. All right, I tried my best under all lights. Untouched, untreated. I can't get dates off the 5 SLQs, and I definitely don't need an 1898 Philadelphia minted barber quarter, which is good because these are trashy. Now that we've done that, we've got to move on to the dimes. So I've got all the dimes sorted. Really no key dates, and I'm not too concerned about them. These are all the Merc dimes that you see here. I'd use some penny rolls because I ran out of dime rolls, but I've pulled out all the 42s because I'm going to check for the 42 or 41. I already examined all the 1945 S minted Mercury dimes to see if I had any micro S's. I didn't. These are the better Mercury dimes that I'll look at under the scope here in a second. And then I did find 4 barbers, a 1908D and a 1908S, a 1914P and a 1914D. I don't think they'll upgrade in my album because they're not that nice, but we'll check them anyway, see if we need them. And then these are my 19 teens, if you will, 16, 17. There was more than that, but I already checked the 1916s for any Ds. This one I'll leave for a second because I might soak it. It looks like it might have possibly a mint mark down below, but it's been worn away. I'm going to take an extra look at that and a few of the other ones in here as well. There's a 26 in here that might have a mint mark as well. Now that I've done that, I'm going to first go through all the 1942s, see if I have any 42 or 41s, and if I do, I'll bring you back in. Well, unfortunately, I checked all of the dimes. I rechecked the 1916s, the 1926s. After thorough examination, I did not see any mint marks that deemed those to be anything more than common. I also checked all my 1942s, checking for the 1942 Philadelphia minted Mercury dimes that had the 2/1, as well as the Denver minted ones for the 2/1. Nothing. As expected, it was a junk silver purchase, but despite not finding a whole bunch of goodies as far as semi-key dates or key dates or even a lot of better dates, you can't get mad at adding $254.50 to your stack. I just want to give you one final look at all of the silver that I got in this junk silver purchase. Most of this will be used in my live streams and giveaways, but it's always fun to look at it though and add to your stack when you can. Hopefully you enjoyed this junk silver or constitutional silver purchase. If you did, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting, happy stacking, and thanks for watching.